Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight on Top Split TV, we're bringing you round 3 of season 23 of Sunday Night Lights, live from Suzuka, the West layout this evening. Another bumper crop of drivers here this week, and this week, as always, joining me, Alex McKellar, is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, back again for the biggest night of Skippy racing in town.
That's right, Alex. I'm pretty sure at this point we got the claim to fame of the world soft race as far as the Skippies is concerned, which is absolutely excellent. Got a lot of great drivers here tonight. 44.61 strength of field, not the best that we've had so far this season, but still definitely better than what it was last week. And we've also got this weird layout of Suzuka utilizing the back straight as the main straight, and turn 1 is 130R.
Yeah, crazy times here at Suzuka West, but again, we have the big and the good names out in force as my trading paints decides it doesn't want to work once again. I might kill that in the background. But the number one car tonight, as has been for the last couple of seasons, is Mr. Benny Simonson. Followed tonight into the Japanese driver of Naoya Nagai-san, seeking his second victory here on a Sunday night. Pablo Espes joins us once again for R70 team. Fantastic pace that he has, of course. Brett McBurney, the leading ANZ driver, the number 4 plated car, joins us from McFlabby Racing, and Matteo Grimaldi from Italy, the number 5 here tonight, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And coming in as the 6th plated car is Holly Palanca. I hope that's how you're supposed to pronounce the first name there. In the 7th plated car is going to be Loris Amadio, and he's been looking pretty good lately. Hopefully some better results for him as well. We got Franco Ruggieri. I think it was what we settled on pronouncing his name last week. We got Ludwig Guidi as the 9-plated car, and Christian Perez making a welcome return, Alex, as the 10-plated car tonight.
Yeah, Perez, once again, great to see Mr. Perez join us. Interesting thing about Christian these days is you can see the IRS livery there. I think it stands for Iberian Racing School. He's been putting up lap guides and best lap and optimal lap files and everything. I've been using them myself, to be honest. I don't understand the Spanish lap guide. Google Translate be damned, but the B-Lap files are great to follow around and try and learn a few tips and tricks from one of the best. Martin Booker, the 11th plated car here tonight. Kawabe-san's back for another tilt. The Japanese driver, the second Japanese driver, car plate number 12 here tonight. 13th for Team Bossman for Team Milo. It's Russell Clark, 14 plated car, Forgierini from Italy, back for another crack. And 15th, he's back for the first time this season. It is actually an ANZ driver. I don't know what's going with the overlays there. It's Mr. Corey Lane. Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Excited to see Corey back behind the seat. Usually one of our front-running ANZ drivers. And definitely going to be interesting to see what he can do for the rest of this season, considering he's already starting on the back foot. Our 16th plated car is Alexis Tapia Vico from Iberia. 17th plated car is Donald Sabanol from AusNZ. Another driver that we usually see doing decently. Hopefully he can get himself a good result. We got Takumi Yamato as well from Japan. So I've got 3 Japanese drivers here trying to seek glory at home. Let's hope that they can pull through and do it. And coming in last but not least, the 19th plated car, Erwin Zoma from Bellano.
Yeah, Mr. Zoma joining us as I try and get something meaningful on the overlays here. There we go. Some fast lap times out there. 27.8 from Simonson, who has done his 2 laps and pulls it up. Palanca similarly. He's Nagai-san, very quick in quali. Typically, he's done his 2 laps. There's not many left. Perez, he's the late starter there. He's got another lap in the books to come. In fact, Ruggieri, he's on his second lap, as is Grimaldi. Grimaldi now finishing his second lap. What can the Italian driver do? He hasn't set a time yet. Second time round, and he jumps up to only P7. Next closest is probably going to be Ruggieri. Another Italian driver. Not sure if that's his natural born name, Ruggieri, but it's number. He's in here nonetheless. He is about to come through Spoon by the looks. Of course, this configuration has Spoon not. Well, it's in the later stages of the lap, but it's not. It's actually the final corner. This double left-hander here. Skippy's dropped down into third gear. It's a very short run of the line here. Ruggieri, what's he got for us? As he crosses the line, he jumps up to P5, and I'm just trying to find Simonson. Oh no, it's Perez, I should say. Perez now finishing up. What can the Iberian Flyer do for us here tonight to round out quali? Perez jumps up to only P6. Wow, Simonson on top there, Corey, but the rest in his wake, as is often the case here on a Sunday night.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. But unfortunately, not the case for Simonson as far as the warm-up race goes. I'm not sure what happened to him in qualifying, but he only qualified P7 there, and then was caught up in a first lap crash. All things that Christian Perez, Grimaldi, McBurney, and Corey Lane will all have to worry about, all being well within that mid-pack region, and definitely something to look out for, especially in the Degners. The car can get very loose there on the first lap, and it'll be interesting to see how all the drivers are able to navigate it.
Yeah, 100%. Challenging little layout here tonight, albeit the short non-Grand Prix version of the West layout. Well, we've got a few seconds left. I'll remind folks, we have a raffle drawn at the end of the season for a $100 Steam voucher. If you'd like to join us, you can subscribe or donate to the channel. The details, ! Raffle in the chat. Thanks to those who've already participated and got their tickets in. That's the end of quali. Why don't we check out the grid for tonight? Round 3 of season 23 of Sunday Night Lights. Apex Racing, Benny Simonson, no stranger to the pole. And the pole, he sits again tonight with 28.7, which is very fast in pole, let me tell you. Holly Polanka, he's second on the grid tonight, some 4/100ths behind Naoya. Nagai continues his good run of qualification, some 6/100ths behind from Japan. He's sitting in third tonight off the grid. Pablo Espes for R70 team sticks it on the second row. In fourth, Franco Ruggieri from Italy. He's out of fifth tonight. Christian Perez for Across Competition, the Iberian driver, out of sixth tonight. Seventh off the grid tonight, Martin Booker. Eighth will be Italy's Matteo Grimaldi. Brett McBurney, the leading ANZ driver for McFlabby Racing, out of ninth. Tonight, out of 10th off the grid will be Alexis Vico, another Across Competition driver. Corey Lean, the ANZ driver, out of 11th. Laura Samadio from Italy, out of 12th. As we go over the pace, 13th tonight, Team Milo's Russell Clark. 14th, Gail Kawabe from Japan. Takumi Yamato, third Japanese driver in here tonight, out of 15th. Forghieri from Italy, out of 16th off the grid tonight. Donald Sabanal from ANZ, out of 17th. Ludwig Guidi from Ivano Sim Racing, out of 18th, and Erwin Zoma. Our final starter on the grid tonight. How do you see this one going? 16 laps around here, Corey. Plenty of action forthcoming.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. As you said before, this is one of the more difficult layouts of the Suzuka circuit, especially with the Casio triangle now being the Casio hairpin. And it's definitely going to be throwing a little bit of a wrench into some people's works there. Threw a little bit of a wrench into mine when I went and attempted my practice there earlier. As we're getting ready to go, red lights mean rev, and green lights mean go. We're underway here for round number 3 of Sunday Night Lights for the 23rd season of running, and already single file we go as Simonson takes on to the lead here, Alex.
Yeah, big run down into 130R the first time round. These guys looking to hang on to it nice and tightly. Wide they go. The two, almost 3 abreast as they come down into the hairpin for the first time round. Oh, there's a bit of contact in the rear. Nagai-san looks like he's copped it, but he's kept going. The rear damage model of these cars improved in one of the batches. That would have been good night nurse if it had been earlier this season, but Nagai-san hanging on. In fact, he only lost 2 positions. He's down in 5th. Oh, behind Lean, loses another spot, goes 2 by 2 through the second Degner as we see another car. It's Perez off wide through the second Degner. That's cost him. Here's a couple of positions, plenty of action as we see up the front. It's Simonson behind Palanca. There's more bits flying out of the hairpin. Oh, if I can try and get a bit. Oh, someone gone right around. Is that McBurney? Oh, that is massive accident there. Oh, they're dropping like a stone. I reckon I'm going to try and grab another look at that one, Corey.
Yeah, that one looked like it was McBurney and Perez there, Alex. A little bit of contact in the hairpin, and then it just exploded from there. Also, in the second corner, Russell Clark went around. He's trailing some seconds off the back of the pack. He's only just caught up to the two guys affected in that incident.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find where it all came unstuck. We watched this section through here. And it all started... it's all sort of concertinaed, and then it's...
Alex, we've got more contact.
Oh,
sorry to interrupt, but Grimaldi has gone around in 130R.
Yeah, all right. I'm just watching the end of that accident. That was massive. Those guys have come together. All right, let's go and find Grimaldi there. He's back in the pits.
Yeah, it's getting even worse than that, Alex. I just seen the guy's son also missing one of his wheels. Oh, it's absolute chaos here on the second lap.
Jeepers. I don't know where to look, mate. I'm trying to find all the action, and it's everywhere. Oh, there's a massive pile up through 130R. That's incredible. Hang on. Who knows where to look? Oh, that's the guy's son dead there. Oh, there's cars strewn everywhere, Corey. I don't know where to look for this joint. I don't know what's happened. Has everyone had a brain explosion this week? And I'm going to go back to live pictures and try and pick up some of this front pack out the front. My goodness, Corey. What are these blokes doing? These are some of the best drivers going around, and they've turned up, and I don't know what they're doing out there.
Yeah, it just seems that, maybe not everyone is as practiced as they thought they were, Alex. I mean, I thought they were going to be a little bit more behaved than this, but our top three have absolutely pulled away. We've got Palanca leading from Simonson and Ruggieri out of P3 at the moment, and they have quite the healthy gap over Martin Booker in the 11-plate car, who is currently sitting in P4, Alex.
Yeah, Ruggieri now. Oh, look out. I've just highlighted something that I was hoping to come back to, but no, that's not what it did. It just announced it to the world. Anyway, Ruggieri now sitting with Simonson Palanca up front, and I haven't even put up the damn timing, Corey. There's so much going on, and I haven't put it up. It's all caught me all flustered. I'll stick up the race thing here, and we can see how we go. But these guys up front, they've cleared out, Corey, and there's a pack behind them of another three cars. It's 3x3s, dare I say, pockets of excitement that remain.
Indeed, it does seem that way, Alex. We've got 3-3 and then a group of four. Group of four currently being led by the 12-plated Kawabe-san in P7. Got Borgherini, Sabinal, and Zoma in that pack as well. Zoma, who started off the back of the grid, currently sitting in P10, Alex.
That's crazy. He's in this pack here. He's on the tail end of it. You've got, Kawabe in what will be his best result of the season. He hangs on to 7th. And we got a pack of 3 in front there with, is that Guidi, who's up 14 positions, if you don't mind, on the front of these three, with Booker and Amadio. Then you got Kawabe, who's ahead of Forgherini and Sabinal. These guys getting along, and Zoma just sitting there, if you don't mind, the car number 19 sitting inside the top 10. Meanwhile, we go back up front, and we've got Palanca ahead of Simonson and Ruggieri. Simonson sandwiched by, two drivers who prefer to remain nameless at this point, according to the accounts that I'm seeing. But we are getting a lot of Smurfs these days, and they're coming out the woodwork and running out the front, which, is all well and good for great racing, but sometimes, Corey, we'd like them to show their true colours, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, can you just imagine how incredible the strength of field would be if everyone ran their main accounts? It would be stuff of absolute legend, Alex. I reckon we'd be easily 5.5K in the soft. But that doesn't really matter right now because the Smurfs are out and in force. Palanca leading the way from Simonson and Ruggieri in P3 still as we head out of the Spoon Curve and onto the pit straight. And it looks like Palanca going a little bit defensive here, taking up the inside of the track. I wouldn't have thought of someone going defensive this early, Alex. I thought they would have been doing a little bit of leapfrog, working together and trying to extend this gap a little bit, but that doesn't seem the case here tonight.
No, I think they got enough for gap at 7 seconds. Maybe they just had to have a bit of fun, though. Of course, very little risk when you're running a secondary account. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Puts on a bit of excitement for us, if nothing else. Skeedy now, Booker and Amadio through turn 2 successfully. Then this tertiary pack led by Forgiorini this time around with Kawabe, Sabanal and Zoma in his debut. He's, as I said, in the top 10. Christian Perez down 5 positions, running a lonely race, having, has he pitted? I think he might have. No, he hasn't pitted. After all that, he didn't pit. And he's sitting there in P10. Espez, one of the quickest guys going around, sitting behind him. Clark, as you said, another one running a lonely race. Nagai-san, he's been through the pits, that's for sure, and he's back out there in 14th. McBurney, similarly, he's in 15th. Grimaldi, another one through the pits. Vico having a bit of a battle with Corey Lean now. These two battling for 17th and 18th. And Yamato has made his debut at his home track, the 18-plated car, sitting down there in last place. Meanwhile, if we jump back up the front, we've got, again, Palanca, Simonson and Ruggieri battling with one B. Simonson for the top 3, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I'm just having a look at my timing monitor here, and looks like these guys are only about 6.5 seconds behind Yamato. Now, because this is Yamato's debut, we're not sure how he's going to race when the leaders catch up to him, but one would have to imagine that he would see the blue flags and respect them nicely, because you know, lap cars can definitely change the scope of a race, especially if the leaders catch them in the wrong section here, Alex.
Yeah, can I tell you this? The combination of what is a really challenging track, and it's in the shorter configuration. I've done a few races here this week myself, and the amount of lap traffic has been incredible. And given the carnage we saw early on in this race, I'm surprised we haven't seen them earlier. I've been in touch with lap traffic in a midweek race, you know, as early as sort of lap 3 up to lap 6, and they're coming up on the back of them. But I'm hoping in this quality of field it's not an issue. It hasn't been a major issue in terms of getting by them during the week. So certainly we would expect the driving standard here tonight to hold true with that. You can see Yamato off in the distance there. Hopefully playing no part in the leaders race as we jump back to the second pack, led by Booker this time with Guidi and Amadio as they're coming through Spoon on the tail end of lap 6. Can use that outside curbing there, a bit of a risk of the rear stepping out, but once the tyres warm up, she's pretty grippy out there, and certainly worth opening up the exit of the corner as you come on to what is ultimately the longest straight here to cross that line. That line being so close to the exit of Spoon, Corey, plays a major part certainly in the finishes of this race.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. One bad exit out of Spoon, and that could pretty much ruin a perfectly good race for you, as we are on 10 laps to go now, 6 laps down, 10 to go, and you know the action is still just pockets of excitement at the moment. Palanca is strong coming out of the Casio hairpin, and on the way through to the Degners, pulls out a little bit of a gap over Simonson. Generally goes out to about 5 or 6 tenths, but then Simonson gets all of that back coming through the hairpin and going to Spoon. And I've seen Simonson get some quite good exits off of the hairpin there and close right up to the back of Palanca coming into Spoon. So maybe we could see a move on going into Spoon Curve in the later stages of the race here, Alex.
Yeah, you can chuck it up the inside here and disrupt that, and given the short run of the line that we were talking about, if you're in the second play, I see the rear step out there of Simonson. Apologies, the livery's not correct. I'm not sure what Trading Paints is doing tonight. But if you come up the inside, the first part of Spoon there, really disrupt the line, force the other guy wide, compromise exit, and get the inside run. Of course, the inside is where you want to be, shortest distance to the line as they come up to 130R once again. A little lift in 5th. by the end of the race, you might be brave enough to hold it flat through there, but yours truly wasn't earlier in the week, I can tell you. It's very scary through there. The rear end of the car becoming unweighted and really quite loose as they come through turns 2 and 3 now. You've got to be wary of the slowdowns on that one, Corey. They can really damage your race.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I mean, wing damage around here, especially having that long run coming out of the hairpin going to Spoon, and then the run along the main straight, and including 130R. If you get any kind of wing damage or nose damage, it could really be detrimental to your top speed at the end of those straights. But the top three at the moment, they look like they've got no damage on their cars, Alex. Maybe a little bit of front wing damage on the right side of Palunka's front wing. But apart from that, these cars looking pretty straight at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, a little bit of bend there. Not sure he's picked up that. This time, Simpson a lot closer. He's just going to show the nose, not make the move. And again, now we're starting to get into where it matters. And you can see there, it was Palunka making use of the outside area of Spoon there, the second part of it, and got a much better exit. Booker now, he is still on the front of this pack here with Guidi and Amadio behind him. Fulgurini then, the third pocket of excitement, as they say. He's got Kawabe-san once again looking for his best result this season. Kawabe-san well inside the top 10 as he, Fulgurini and Sabanal look to keep ahead of Zoma, who's in the back there as we jump back up front. Still the leading three, getting through the first couple of corners safely there, Corey, and looking to keep on keeping on, as they say.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I think Simpson is just playing the part of researcher right now, just sitting in behind Palunka, seeing where he's strong, seeing where he's a little bit weaker, and formulating a plot for later in the race. We are already halfway through this 16-lap race. Such is the nature of how short these laps are. Time is just absolutely flying by. And again, a good exit out of the hairpin there for Simonson. And he's probably going to close right in on the back of Palunka again. But I doubt that he'll make the move this time. I think he's waiting for the last couple of laps before he tries pulling that one, Alex.
Yeah, could well do. No point in fighting for sheep stations at the moment, not with an 8.2 second, 8.3 second gap. May as well hold your cards close to your chest for the later laps. Ludwig Guidi, on the other hand, he's ahead of Booker and Amadio. These three, the second pocket of excitement, followed by Fulgurini leading from Kawabe, Sabanal and Zoma. Just hanging. Oh, actually, he's made a bit of ground as young Zoma. He's right in this battle here for what's that? It's seventh position. These guys running around in here tonight and looking well and truly to get some good points.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I honestly hope that he does manage to get some more positions than where he's at. It looks like he's mostly just sitting in with a little bit of a gap there to Sabanal. So that way, if something happens to any of these three drivers ahead of him, he's far enough back that he can have enough time to react to it and swoop by and gain the positions, which is very smart driving by the 19-player car here. I mean, we shouldn't be too surprised. He's still a 2.8K driver. Oof. And,
Sorry, I just saw the rear end of Fulgurini's car at the exit of the second deck. Now, grab a bit of grass and have a bit of a whoopsie-do, but you're right, mate. Sorry to interrupt, but Zoma certainly driving a smart race, mate.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. That's the point I was trying to get at there. Was that, even though he's only a 2.8K driver, that's more I rating than what I've got. And, it doesn't matter how much I rating you got. He's putting on a smart race right now. He's not driving it hard. He's not using up his equipment too much. And I reckon he'll be a force to reckon with these three ahead of him by the end of this race.
Yeah, quite possibly. As we jump back up front, it's still Palunka from Simpson and Rigeri. I'm just sitting here in quiet amazement. I reckon as we see Amadio drop the fastest lap of the race, 27.9, which is right up there with the best times of this week, that's for sure. To be into the 27s, you're doing pretty well, even if it is drafted. But after the crazy and manic start that we saw, I'm just wondering if these folks are, they're all spent, so to speak, because some of the big names are right at the back there. You've got Perez fighting his way back up to 11th. McBurney, Nagai, Grimaldi, Lean, Vico, they're all, out the back and not taking part in what otherwise could have been a pretty hectic race, I would have thought. But these three up front, they had nothing to do with it. They've just cleared out and run their own race, Corey.
Yeah, it seems that everyone, especially if they were caught up in some of those first couple of lap incidents, just become a little bit gun-shy here, with exception to Perez, who was trying to fly his way through the field. He's only about 3 seconds behind Zoma at the moment, and I reckon he could pull that gap pretty close in the 5 laps that we're going to have left when our leaders reach the start-finish line. So, it's going to be interesting to see how certain little battles around the track are going to play out with 5 laps to go now, Alex. So guys are going to start thinking about getting a little bit of that right foot down a little bit more and start looking for places to pass here, don't you think?
Yeah, potentially you're right, as we see a pass take place through 130R or just in the run into. That time Booker goes in front of Guidi and Amadio there. Next pack there we've got is led by Kawabe. These guys are the ones who see Perez off in the distance. Perez last lap around did a 28.3. The leader of this pack doing a 28.9, Kawabe-san. So potentially 6/10 off the leader of this pack did Mr. Perez. So yeah, look, 5 laps to go. He might have a chance here with a three second deficit to make up. Meanwhile, up the front, it is still a line astern. Palanca, Simpson, Rigeri. These guys going to have to be, as you say, mate, testing out the strategies, seeing what works and what doesn't. And I'm going to be fascinated to see what Mr. Simpson has in store as he shows the nose, perhaps rehearsing for what is to come as they grab. Oh yeah, very nice from Palanca there. Grabbed every bit of the curbing and more. Probably picked up the 1X on that exit there, though. It's a pretty sneaky one there, but it's not too hard to find there, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. If you grab too much of that AstroTurf, that 1X is pretty much guaranteed. But as I said, the best place you can be to learn someone's driving style and learn where their strengths and weaknesses is right behind them, right on their gearboxes. I think something's happened here in 130R. See, Vico was just coming back onto the track behind our leading group here, so something happened to Vico there in 130R. But, the best place for you to learn someone's driving style is by sitting exactly behind them, Alex. And that's what Simonson has been this entire race.
Oh, Vico, yeah, he got it tidied up. He lost the rear. You see the blokes in the lead pack cut it very fine as they went past there. You see Vico lost the rear end. It's very easy to do on the exit of 130R. And then you saw the lead pack come in behind. And all of them took an extraordinarily narrow exit there to avoid Vico, who was trying to exit stage right and get out of the way. Meanwhile, we're back to live pictures, of course, with Palanca leading Simonson and Ruggieri as they approach Spoon with, what do we got, 3 laps to go. Next time they cross the line, I think Palanca's starting to use a bit more of that track there. Pick up the 1Xs again. Safety rating's not too much concern when you're running that secondary account. Palanca this time making every bit of the track his own, as we see Simonson now closing right up. He's only 1/10, 1.5 tenths behind, putting all sorts of pressure all over the back of Palanca here. They run wide again, but again, avoiding that AstroTurf on the exit there. That's the way to get around there, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And I just noticed something I thought was a little bit interesting there. Simonson had a very shallow exit to 130R that time, and Palanca went all the way out as wide as he possibly could. And then at the last moment, cut across in the braking zone for the Casio section. So, very interesting lines going on here. I think these guys are starting to turn up the wick a little bit. Going to mean that we're going to start seeing some interesting racing here now, Alex.
Quite possibly 2.5 to go as they exit the hairpin this time round. It is still 1, 2, 3 as we've seen them in that running order there. We've got Amadio, Booker and Guidi the next pack through that hairpin. Got Forgiarini trying to get away here. Kawabe-san some 6.5 tenths behind him on exit. And he's got Sabano right on his tail in the red and black machine. Zoma now looking to have dropped off. He's, what's that, 9 tenths, almost completely out of draft there. And falling potentially in the clutches of Christian Perez. He's still got, what's that, about 2 seconds to make up. So he might struggle as Zoma's still got a sniffer draft. Meanwhile, back up front, Simonson once again sort of displaying the front of that one-plated Skippy. Once again into 130R and again showing the nose into the braking zone as the front suspension loads up. Dramatic fashion as they break into turn 2 there. This time around, that second pack shuffling the decks. The 11 plated car, Martin Booker, side by side with the 7 of Amadio Guidi. Comes up side by side on exit, the 9 plated Smurf and Ludwig Guidi. Not able to get it done there and falls in behind. These three starting to get very racy. We jump back to the next pack led by Forgiarini. Pockets of excitement everywhere as we round this one out with 1.5 to go and jumping back up the front, Corey.
Oh, and Palanca just went a little bit wide coming out of the hairpin that time, Alex. Got into the dirt, got sideways. This is Simonson's chance to try and make a move. He's going to be taking the long way around on the spoon curve, but it looks like he's maybe lifting a little bit here. Didn't want to be stuck on the outside. Palanca goes in very deep. All 4 wheels onto the AstroTurf and even the right sides onto the run-off asphalt. We're coming to the white flag this time. It's white flag last lap, last chance to win it or wear it for these 3 drivers. And you can see Palanca trying to break that draft to Simonson, trying to not allow Simonson to get any kind of a run on him. All 3 drivers running a different line along the straight, but here comes Simonson now to the inside at 130R, and he's got that move made, Alex.
Beautifully well done, and good to see Palanca not taking advantage of that wide exit. Slightly defensive line there. The nose goes up the inside from Palanca. Simonson got it on exit. It's his race to lose now as Rigeri and Palanca, the battle of the Smurfs in second and third. Those two will duke it out, no doubt. Simonson looking to run away with this one. He's already got a 0.3 of a second gap. That's a big gap at this stage of the race. I tell you what, he nearly clipped the tyre barrier on the exit of the second deep now. As it comes into the hard braking zone of the hairpin here. Exits now nice and smoothly for the run. Long, get up to 5th gear here. There's curves here on the run into Spoon for the final time, but you get up to 5th gear, no lifting until the braking zone here. It's only a short shift down into 4th gear initially as we go through the first part of Spoon. Oh, it's Palanca. He's under pressure now from Rigeri. Falls very, very wide. This time Simonson uses every bit of the track. What sort of run has Palanca got out of the corner here this time? Last time out of Spoon, it's going to be Simonson. Drag race to the line. It is the short line here. It's going to be Simonson. Simonson from Palanca and Rigeri third. The second pack now, Corey. We've got Guidi, Amadio and Booker. It's going to be Guidi. Third of the Smurfs here tonight, ahead of Amadio and Booker. What have we got in that third pack there, Corey?
It looks like we have Forgiarini in the lead of that pack by Gil Kawabe, Sabanal, and then Zuma holding on to that 10th place. Excellent racing there by Zoma. P11 is going to be Perez with Russell Clark, who was backwards on the first lap. He is going to finish in P12 for this race, Alex.
Yeah, there we go. McBurney now coming across to finish his race. No, guy, son, what's he done here? Oh, McBurney finishing as he spits off the wheel in disgust almost. I'm going to see what happened. I'm wondering if, what happened here? So, something between he and Nagai, I think, has happened. Oh, he's almost hit the tyre barrier on exit at the second Degner as well. Sometime in between here and the end, McBurney loses a wheel, and I think that...
yeah. I just had a look at it, Alex. It's in the braking zone to Spoon. In fact, about halfway up that curved straight, Nagai's son went to the outside to go make a move coming into Spoon, and McBurney practically forced him off the track.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, what's going to happen here? He can't pull it up there. He's on the grass, Nagai-san. He is on the grass and shoots across there. He's got, I don't know how hard he tried to pull it up, if I'm honest. And then McBurney's out there. But yeah, he did really sort of not leave him. I don't know if he left him a car width or not. Hard to see from that angle. But yeah, that's a nasty one to finish the race for those two. Look, elbows are out in that final stage. I couldn't quite see if he left him a car width, but he did seem to be with inside the white line when they made contact. So there was probably a car width there, and maybe netcode came into play. It's hard to say, but that was a shame for those two to finish the way they did. I'll tell you, I'd love to go and catch some of that early race action as well. I'm checking here. Oh, no, I don't. I'm going to try and check it here. I've got a Mr. Oh, hang on. I thought I had it. If I can get it again. There's so much going on in those early stages. This is into the braking. Oh, the 12 car came across and murdered Russell Clark. Who was the 12 there? Kawabe-san. Onto his mate, Russell Kun. And just... Oh, that's an unfortunate one, and that's caused a traffic jam at turn 2 on lap 1. Oh, there's a few things going on there. I might come and see what else I can find later on, Corey, but let's go through our race results here for round 3 of season 23, a Sunday Night Lights here at Suzuka. Benny Simonson for Apex Racing. He's taken out the big win tonight from Holly Palanca in second and Franco Ruggieri similarly in third. That's your podium here tonight. Great drive from Benny once again. Sandwiched by a couple of Smurfs there, I think, and he came out on top. So great drive from Simonson there. Palanca and Ruggieri, certainly Palanca led most of the way while Simonson sized him up and Ruggieri just quietly bided his time there in third to take out the final spot on the podium. Ludwig Guidi, another one of our Smurfs. He's there in fourth for Movano Sim Racing. Fifth tonight was Loris Amadio. Sorry, Loris. Rounding out your top 5. Martin Booker in sixth. Seventh tonight with Daniele Fulgarini. Good result for him, the Italian driver. Often comes a bit of a cropper here on a Sunday night, but he's been putting in the yards and he's got a great result. On the back of that, Gael Kawabe, the strongest finish he's had in a while, finishing in P8 tonight, the Japanese driver. ANZ's Donald Sabanal, he's finished inside the top 10 tonight, finishing in ninth, rounding out a good night of racing for him. Erwin Zoma, first night of Sunday Night Lights for him, finishing in the top 10. Congratulations. Christian Perez from across competition, he had a rough start. He's down there in 11th and inside the SNL points. Team Milo boss man Russell Clark. Well, we saw what happened to him early on. He's managed to finish inside the points as well in P12. Brett McBurney for McFlabby Racing in 13th tonight. Matteo Grimaldi from Italy in 14th. Corey Lean, the ANZ driver, in 15th. Naoya Nagai-san. He's after that final incident, after the earlier one, he's finished in 16th. Alexis Vico from across competition in 17th. 18th tonight was Takumi Yamato in his debut, and I think, do this, Pablo Estes just sneaks in 19th, the R70 team driver, Corey, and that is how they finished. That was some racing, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was definitely a pockets of excitement kind of race, Alex. I just can't believe how crazy those first 2 laps were. So much action that we have to try and unpack and unfold. But, at the end of the day, it was a great race for the lead there, coming onto the final lap with the move by Simonson into 130R, a place where we see many overtakes occur. And, Simonson proved that he was the best of the best here tonight. And what a great drive it was by the man himself.
Yeah, absolutely. The man himself is in the green room, so we might bring him up for a bit of a chat. G'day, Benny. Welcome to the Top Split TV commentary booth. Don't know what was going on with the liveries tonight, but we knew it was you with the one plate on your back, and looked like you had a fairly patient run in what I think was a Smurf sandwich, only to take it out at the end, mate. Patient race, and you got the result.
Yeah, well, I better come in and apologize for putting on a very, very boring show. So, got the result, but pretty boring show, really, wasn't it? But yeah, I think it's not a great track really. It's a track the screams that you can cheat in the last corner and the first corner and the last lap. So I thought if I put myself in the attacking position and instead of the Hunted, um, it's up to me where the track limit is. So yeah, just a bit boring. Sorry.
Nah, not much you can do about that. There was so much going on behind you though in those early stages. Honestly, I tried half a dozen times to find where the action was, and there was just so much going on. It was like dodgem cars out there, let me tell you. But no, I think under the circumstances, what more can you do than bide your time, race patiently, and come away with the win, mate? That's well done. Some more points in the bank for yourself, and hopefully, even if it was boring for you in the cockpit, mate, a satisfying victory.
Yeah, it's always good to win. So obviously, said week after week, it's you know more racing for the battles and the fun. But yeah, it's just not a great track, but I definitely definitely take the win. I've hardly done any laps this week, and my first laps really well hard almost was the qualifying and the warm up race. Um, so yeah, it's it's definitely taking the point.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, congratulations on your race here tonight, the victory. Probably not one of our most popular tracks, so we do appreciate the support both on track and off, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
I just, of course, you guys as usual for putting on the shows. So always a pleasure to be part of, and yeah, see you next week.
Beautiful. Thanks, Benny. We'll talk to you then, mate, and hopefully the results keep on coming. So, chat to you soon, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.
There you go, Corey. That was one B. Simonson, tonight's race winner. A big one for him. And I was just going back and trying to find that was Russell Clark. He had his one in the background, and there's a few around that had massive starts to this race. I'm just trying to. It all happened sort of around this first hairpin on lap one. It was all going on there, mate. But Simonson comes away a winner, and winners are grinners, as they say.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And as I said, I reckon the entire time he was sitting there behind Palunka, he was just studying the way Palunka was driving the track and finding his strengths and weaknesses on the track. So that way Simpson knew where to pounce. And, he pulled the strategy card perfectly there for the start of the last lap where he made his move. But definitely a lot of action there in both 130R and the Casio hairpin, as I'm going to officially dub it, on both lap one and lap two. Lap two, when you were trying to find all the replays there for lap one, which was a little bit of fun in itself there, Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't find lap. Does this tell me laps? Yeah, I'm just trying to find if we can't find the big incidents because there was a few of them out there. No, that's that one. Because as you say, mate, it all just happened everywhere all night long. Well, that's not who I'm looking for. Oh, that was the one. That was a big one. This was the one we were talking about early on, where McBurney and Perez came together. Mate, I could spend all night watching these incidents. There were so many. Look at this. He's riding him like a cowboy on the mechanical bull. So McBurney sort of squeezes him. There's no room for Perez there. I don't know if he knew he was there or what. And then he's just on riding him like the mechanical bull at the bar down in Texas. As we see the 15 car there, Corey lean, then he's got nowhere to go either. And they come together, two ANZ drivers and Perez, who's cleaned up as well. So much went on here. I don't know where to look, Corey.
Yeah, it was definitely action and plenty in those first couple of laps, Alex. Unfortunately, the two Oz and Z drivers there taking each other out of proceedings, not completely out of the race, but out of what could have been decent results for both those drivers. Perez, an unfortunate bystander in all that, and I actually can't believe that he didn't get more damage than he did, and he was able to continue on and still secure himself P11 there. That is actually quite incredible to think about, Alex.
Yeah, well, he didn't pit. So, he's come away really well. Now, I'm just riding on board here with Grimaldi. This is through 130R on lap 2. And he's come out, is it Grimaldi? Yeah, car number 5. And I think he just loses the rear in front of Nagai, who I think at that stage had already been through the pits, maybe. And then in front of Espes, who cops the 16-plated car of Vico in the tail end of his car, and then it's all come a cropper. And with the new smoke model and everything the way it is, look at that. There's skippies everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, spewing across the track. Crazy to think the challenge that this, the tyre model combined with 130R and the opening stages of a race like this can present. It's certainly a big challenge for everyone concerned. But that, folks, that might do us here tonight. Corey, do you want to tell the folks at home what you've got coming up this week?
Yeah, sure, Alex. On Tuesday, I'm doing some more collaboration streaming with Super Penguin over on my personal Twitch channel. Now we're going to be playing a little bit of Phasmophobia, which should be a bit of fun. On Wednesday, we've got the return of the Output Racing League over on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, twitch.tv/Aussie_Sim_commentator, doing 80 laps of the Auto Club Speedway. And that one should be quite interesting to watch. Then it's pretty much from there, just maybe a little bit of variety streaming. Got NIS at Martinsville, which is going to be an absolute crapshoot for where I'm going to finish, because very, very small track and absolutely no banking, and usually ends in carnage. Then got a league race on Saturday, a league race on Sunday, and back here to do this all again with you on the Sunday night, Alex.
Yeah, beautiful. Excellent, mate. Well, plenty to see in Corey there. But, of course, all things Top Split are on your screen at the moment. Don't forget our raffle, end-of-season raffle at the moment. Win yourself a $100 Steam voucher. Subscribe to the channel, donate to the channel. ! Raffle tells you all about it. But otherwise, join us in the Top Split Discord at the address on your screen. It's where we do the broadcast from. And the post-race interviews, of course. The Top Split YouTube channel is where you will find this and all the other race replays and the history of Monday and Sunday Night Lights, the 23 seasons that we've got. I went back through the annals and I found all the old ones recently, and tell you what, we've come a long way, and it's been a great fun journey along the way. The Top Split TV, and Corey has now Live 13, that's where you'll find Corey and myself, and the Top Split TV is where you'll find this great race each and every week. But until next time, folks, thank you to everyone for your support, both on track and off. Thank you to those who've already got their tickets in the raffle. We really do appreciate the support. It helps maintain the overlays and the graphics for the stream, and it is very much appreciated. But until next time, folks, on behalf of Corey Steinhauser, it's Alex McKellar here, signing off and saying ciao for now.